please welcome to the stage our next storyteller, Lisa.
Hello. Several years ago, I took an unexpected car ride with my family from Philadelphia to Chicago. While I admire spontaneity, I am more of a planner, especially when it comes to traveling with my children. And I had planned for us to fly to Chicago, but when we got to the gate at the airport, it was announced that the flight was canceled and another one wasn't going to be available for 24 hours. And this was just for a 4-day weekend, so this was putting a major dent in our plans, which had included going to the famed Wrigley Field that very next day to see a Cubs game. Had gotten the tickets, and now the highlight of our trip wasn't going to happen. Tickets would be wasted. I really did not like the idea of going home to repeat the process of getting the whole family out again just 24 hours later. So I told the ticket agent, refund the money, and I told the kids, get in the car. We're just going to start driving right here from Philadelphia Airport. Few problems with this idea. One, we had none of the usual comforts that you would bring along for a long car ride, and this is like 13 to 15 hours of driving, so this is bad. No pillows, blankets, devices, nothing. The other was, it was already 7 o'clock at night, and we had not eaten dinner. And I had 3 kids, ages 8 to 16. 2 of them hungry teenage boys. This is bad. So at the parking garage, I stopped at the vending machine, and I loaded up on snack bags of potato chips, Cheetos, Oreos, all the top food groups, threw them in the back of the car, and said, "Eat up, kids, this is dinner tonight." They were happy, but so I just was struck with this sense of forward motion. We had to keep going. And even though it wasn't going to do anything, there was just no possible way we were going to salvage any of this, but I just wanted to keep going. And I drove us till 2 a.m. In Toledo. We pulled off into a red roof. We all piled into one room, slept in our clothes because we were too tired to take the bags out, just for a few hours, and early the next morning, back out again, on the road, keep moving. Got through really with as few stops as possible, although, as I did say, I'm a planner, so when we went by Notre Dame and I had a 16-year-old in the car, I was like, spin through. This is a college visit. Keep going. And it was about there that I realized that Chicago clocks are an hour behind Philadelphia. And this brings up the possibility that we might actually make some of this Cubs game. And now we're all excited because this is a tangible reward for this very long and difficult car ride, especially for my 13-year-old son who was jammed in the back with all the luggage in the tiny third row. So we're excited, and we get to the point where we can see the Chicago skyline, and we turn the game on the radio. It's in progress, and we're listening, and we're very excited because we're going to make this until 2 things conspired against us. One was the Dan Ryan Expressway, all 7 lanes going in our direction, completely jammed, and the other is what I'm hearing on the radio. It's just strike, strike, strike out, strike, strike, strike out. This is turning out to be one of the fastest games of baseball ever played. And to say that we were frustrated to be this close is an understatement. And we're just pushing through this and just hearing the strikes, the outs, the innings are just flying by, and we can't make it. And finally, we get to the point where we can get off the highway. We snake our way through the neighborhoods, and we find a parking lot. The attendant doesn't want to let us in, and he finally realizes I am a woman not to be messed with at this point. And he lets us park the car. And when we turn the radio off, it's the top of the 9th inning, and the Cubs are winning, which means it is unlikely there will even be a bottom of the 9th. We have really only minutes left. We fly from the car. We start running. And then we hear behind us my 13-year-old yell, "Wait, stop, I can't run, my legs are numb." And I yell, "Leave him. Everybody keep running. He'll find his way." We are running, following the sound of the stadium, because we don't know where we're going. We are sprinting through the streets, running against the tide of the people who have already left. And we get to the gate, and a woman blocks our way and says, "I'm sorry, there's no re-entry at this point." And I say, "We're not re-entering, we're entering." And we go back and forth. She can't fathom this until she finally does and takes the tickets, scans them. You'll be happy to know by this point Charlie has caught up to us. All 5 of us fly to the nearest set of stairs. We run up, and we arrive at the top just in time to see the last batter, the last 2 pitches, the last out, game over, Cubs win. We cheer as if they had just won the World Series. And it really wasn't about baseball. It was about us pushing back against the impossible. Even if it's only for a few minutes, bleary-eyed in yesterday's clothes, we'd won.